Good morning, happy Monday. Welcome to another Monday morning mindset meeting here on the Brett Shuford Facebook page. If you haven't joined this before, we meet here on Monday mornings and we talk about different mindset tools to help you with whatever creative industry that you're in. If you don't know me, I'm Brett Shuford, Broadway actor and the Broadway life coach. And one of the things I want to talk about that's been coming up for a lot lately with clients is there's a lot of confusion about what to do when you maybe don't have enough credits, when you don't have a huge following. How do you build a following? What do you share, right? And especially right now for so many artists in our industries, the industries are struggling. So how much is too much personal stuff? How do you not feel icky when you promote? And I think that really it starts with something more essential than trying to figure all of those things out. It really starts with making 3 decisions that I think every creator has to make in order to have long-term success in whatever industry you choose. The first decision that you have to make is you have to decide whether or not you want to be a leader. So many of us think that leadership is the people who are making decisions at the top. The leadership is the people who have all the power. But the truth is, you can decide right now if you want to be a leader in the industry. Leadership doesn't require an accumulation of credits. It doesn't require a certain amount of money or power. It requires a decision that you're going to be of service to others, that you're going to lift other people up. So many times what I notice with young artists, young creators, is they're still using social media as a platform to stay in touch with their friends. They're still using social media as they're afraid to share things about what they really want, what they truly want. They're also using it as a place to vent emotions, frustrations. Maybe they're going through whatever struggles they're going through. But at some point you have to make a decision. If I want to be a leader in the industry, how does a leader show up? And that means, how do I show up on social media? Leaders do not make it about them, right? Leaders are about the people that they serve. Who do you serve? The second thing that I think is super important, the decision you have to make, is you have to set a goal. You got to make a decision about where you want to go. And so many of us think, well, I want to do so many things. There's so many things I'd like to try. Great, let's pick one. Pick one for the next 6 months. And know that, if you don't accomplish it, the worst thing that can happen is you get a little bit closer. The other thing is you can always change that goal. You can always make a decision after gathering information and trying and achieving one thing to then reverse track, try a different goal, try something different. But if you don't set a specific, measurable goal, you're going to be constantly questioning everything that you do, right? I know for me, when I made a decision to become a coach, right? I had been acting for so long, and then I made a decision, I want to be a coach. I was scared to do that because I was afraid, it was going to take away from my acting, that people were not going to take me seriously as an actor because they saw me promoting myself as a coach. And I was afraid, B, that somehow making a decision about coaching, I would end up only coaching. And what I've learned is that through making a decision about the goal I wanted, the goal is not necessarily achieving high success as a coach. It was to be able to make money doing something that I loved so that I could support my acting career. It was a way to help people because I wanted to be serving people that I believed in, that I just think deserved to have a voice in the world, right? That was the decision I made. And through that, I've continued to book work as an actor and produce and direct. So it didn't take away from anything. In fact, once I made a decision to really go after that goal, it enhanced everything else that I was going for without me making a lot of effort. And then the third thing that I think is so important, so many of us lack, is creating habits. Creating habits because we are waiting for other people to tell us what to do, right? We're waiting, and I think that's guilty as an actor, is we're used to directors or writers telling us the words to say, the places to go, the emotions to have. And the truth is, a leader doesn't need other people to tell them where to go, right? They trust their instincts, their goals. But when you have habits in place, it doesn't really matter, right? What doesn't really matter what other people do. So having habits around your social media, your networking, your marketing, how do you reach out to people? How do you connect to people? Even habits around your craft, right? What is your craft? How are you training your craft and up-leveling? Because you want to always be creating habits that up-level you as a person, as an artist, and as a business person. And so I invite you to come join the Broadway Life Community Facebook group. That's where all of us meet to help instill new habits. We talk about new habits. We create ways for all of us to continue to move forward as leaders in whatever respected industry we go. I'll put a link here for you to join that conversation. And I'll meet you here next Monday. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.